All right, happy Thursday night, everybody. At least we think it's Thursday. We're really not sure. We thought we'd be back in West Texas talking to you down on the daily broadcast. Obviously, we're still here in Red River, New Mexico, hanging out at the legendary Bull of the Woods as the snow continues to come down. And maybe we'll make it home for the Tech Colorado game. Maybe we won't. You just don't know right now. We're glad you guys are hanging out with us tonight. Overrated, rated, right? Thursday, we're talking beer. Let's rate some beers tonight. Craft beers, mass-produced beers, beers you love, beers you hate. Texas Tech and Colorado. Could this be a potential rivalry? I mean, they already hate Texans for going up there and skiing. That's why we love staying at Lifts West here in Red River, because they love Texans here in Red River. Red River is Little Texas, by the way. So could this possibly be a rivalry? You tell us. And then give us interesting places you've ever been travel stranded, snowed in, just, for whatever reason you were delayed. The interesting places, the true stories, the interesting ones, because like we said, we've got a kind of a generational early season snowstorm up here in northern New Mexico. And it is, it's pretty wild. It's pretty crazy. You know it's bad when the locals are like, I ain't even getting out. Like a friend of mine today, I said, hey, Fritz, you want to come hang out? He said, I ain't getting out, staying in the house. So we're still here. You're here. That should make it our time. Glad you're with us tonight. Let's get this thing rolling live tonight from Red River, New Mexico in 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com, the website. Everything we do, we archive it there. You found our column this morning. You enjoyed the hot links. We give you the question of the day. We update live. Hey, it don't take too long, so start your day at TheRaiderland.com. This is the daily broadcast brought to you by the Shropshire Agency in Lubbock, Texas. Full-service independent insurance agency. Great people, nearly 70 years now in Lubbock. You give them a holler to look at your insurance needs. And, of course, tonight we're brought to you here in the Arctic Air Studios, the mobile Arctic Air Studios, where the Arctic Air is, wait for it, hold on. Nope, I got to hit that one. I got to go to here, and I got to check here, and it's a balmy 25, feels like 16 in Red River. Now, that's a little too Arctic. If that was your home, you'd be calling the bear. Callthebear.com. Cheers to the bear. And, of course, our home away from home and now extended home away from home, Lifts West. Call Billy. It's a great place to stay. Literally almost ski in, ski out, right next to the mountain. You guys have seen the pictures today. You follow us there on Facebook for Raiderland and everything else. Call Billy Hurst, our man. Tell him we sent you. And we're just glad to be here at Bull of the Woods. All the communications, whether you are on YouTube, and we love our YouTube people. The YouTube channel continues to grow, whether you're on Facebook. And, of course, our Twitter fans. Something was up with Twitter 2 nights ago. I don't know what the deal is. That was Tuesday night election night. I think there was a lot of high traffic on it. Hopefully our Twitter people are back with us. But if you ever miss anything, you can always, if you subscribe to all the channels, go to the one that works. All right, there we go. We're off and running. What are we going to do tonight? Let's talk overrated, underrated beers. Let's talk Tech Colorado. Could this be a rivalry? The game itself. How are you feeling right now? Colorado the favorite. Craig, he's one of our Facebook people. The talking box is indeed on. So we got our Facebook people. Facebook first one in. Always we like to see who the first ones in are. So Facebook gets in first. I'm guessing second one up, probably going to be off the YouTube channel. And then we'll see where the Twitter people are. And if we have Twitter issues again tonight, I'll try to run some diagnostics and see if it's on our end. It looks hooked in. It looks okay. But obviously something was dragging the other night. And then, of course, the other topic, places you've been either snowed in, stranded, couldn't get home for whatever reason. I highly recommend Red River. If you're going to get snowed in somewhere, this is the place to do it. Trust me. So Texas Tech and Colorado. We've talked about this before. In the new Big 12, a lot of rivalries have disappeared for nearly every school except maybe BYU and Utah in the Holy War, which doesn't seem like that big a deal this year since Utah's learning what life is like in a real conference, he said. But a lot of Farmageddon, probably one of the best rivalries left between Iowa State and Kansas State, that you've lost Texas Tech and Texas or Oklahoma State. You've lost a lot of the rivalry. So, we need rivalries. We need that for however long this Big 12 lasts. I don't know how long it's going to last. 4 years, 5 years. We'll go through another convulsion again, probably in 4, 5, 6 years. But while we're here, can you gin up a little sports hate for Colorado? Is it dependent on Deion Sanders being there? And let's be honest, Fox Big Noon show ain't coming to Lubbock if Deion Sanders ain't coming to Lubbock. They ain't coming to Lubbock because Texas Tech is playing. They're coming there because Deion Sanders is playing with Colorado against Texas Tech. That just good enough right now to warrant that, to get them in. So is the Colorado the Colorado game sold out early this year? And it's not because everybody thought Colorado was going to be this great team that might be challenging for a spot in the Big 12 championship game or a Big 12 title or playoffs. It was all Deion Sanders. So we ask you Texas Tech fans tonight, get your comments in thanks to United Supermarkets, Market Street. What do you think? Could it be a rival? And what's your pulse on the game going in right now? We've seen 3 not markedly different games, but the last 3 games for Texas Tech, obviously 2 of them losses and one of them a big thrilling finish. And we ask on Monday, what do we know about this team? Do you think this team is good enough to beat Colorado? A noted sports journalist DM'd me yesterday basically, and just singularly asked, hey, can Texas Tech win this game? I gave my honest answer. I said, I think Texas Tech can win this game. I think Texas Tech can beat Colorado, particularly at home. If it were a night game, I'd have even greater faith in Texas Tech. But do I think Texas Tech can win this game? Yeah. Do I think they can match up with Colorado? Yes. Do I see burgeoning signs in the defense that makes me think, hey, things can continue to get better? You could get more pressure on the quarterback. You got to keep that quarterback under control, obviously, this weekend. I said, would I bet on Texas Tech? Hell no. The margin is too small, 100% too small. All right, so you guys can jump in tonight. Pretty easy to get in on the broadcast. Get your comments in. Thanks to United Supermarket. Whether you're with us on Facebook, whether you're with us on YouTube or on Twitter X. And again, we're broadcasting from Red River, where we're in the middle of a snowstorm. The Wi-Fi today has been sketchy, so if we're having any comms problems or anything else along those lines, we're doing the best we can. Is what I'm saying. And we just definitely wanted to come hang out tonight. And I don't know if the comments, don't start rolling in. It's obviously that we're having some comm issues. Hey, I get it. That's okay. Like I said, I just want to jump in tonight, give you guys a chance to visit. Let us know we're still alive, that we're having a good time. So the overrated, underrated, rated right topic is beers tonight, because while we're up here, we are having some beers. And there's a ton of craft beers. When you come to Bull of the Woods, every beer on draft is a New Mexico brewed beer. It's really cool. And they got a lot of them. And then they got a lot of them in the refrigerator. Some better than others, as is the case with a lot of craft beer. So we figured we'd just throw that out, give you a chance. There are a lot of people, you have your favorite beer that some people hate. You hate other people's favorite beers. You think some beers are incredibly underrated, like Pabst Blue Ribbon, PBR, ASAP. Old Milwaukee, not Milwaukee's best. Old Milwaukee, highly underrated. Great American beer. So there are a lot of those out there. Then there are a lot of the craft beers, niche beers, I get, that are different for different people. So if you want to comment on that, you can. And then we do have to say rest in peace to Ben Herbstreit, Kirk Herbstreit's cool retriever dog, passing away. He'd been sick for the season. You'd seen him bringing him around. Really hitting social media hard. Everybody, who doesn't love their dog? And, I didn't understand the flack that Herbstreit was getting for bringing him to games and bringing him to different things. If you can do it, do it. If I'm flying charter, I'm bringing my dogs. Not that I would ever bring them to a game, because they would absolutely lose their minds, and that would be the end of that. But a lot of people saddened, expressing their grief, and we kind of got to share that with Kirk Herbstreit. So rest in peace to Ben. Let's see. And again, I get the feeling we're being throttled down by the Wi-Fi and the internet today, and I understand it. So we're probably not going to go that much longer tonight with you. And Mike will definitely be with you on the in the morning with our Friday column at theraiderland.com. And we'll definitely have another recorded commentary for you as well. So there you go. Like I said, I don't know which channels we're on, which channels we're working or not. All right, our man Jacob, YouTube on X, no video available. Juice Kiven posted about Ben. Yeah, good dog, Juice. All right, so that's good. At least we got our YouTube people. I don't know about Facebook. Well, yeah, we got Craig on Facebook, Twitter, no video available. So I don't know what the problem is on Twitter other than, again, we're sitting here under a tremendous amount of snow, and it gets it hard to do. Michael on YouTube, our YouTube channel. Good to see YouTube again. Speaking of Colorado, Coors is overrated in your opinion? Coors Light for sure. The full-bodied banquet beer Coors, I'm good with that. I think that's the best product that they have. But to me, Coors Light, I've never had Coors Light and not gotten a tremendous headache after having Coors Light. So Coors Light, to me, would be overrated for the amount of people that like it. Of the light beers, I'm a Miller Lite guy. Okay, if I'm going to have a light beer, I'm going to have a Miller Lite. It's the one that tastes closest to the actual beer that it is. If I were doing it. Overrated, underrated, rated right. Beers, craft, mash, you tell us. You give us your favorite, your least favorite, all that stuff. Chris is jumping in. Video looks good on Facebook. All right, good to know. So we got Facebook rocking and something going on with Twitter. And I don't know. I don't know what it might be other than, like I said, just where we are in the conditions we're in. We can't get home. You can barely get out of Red River going east towards Eagle Nest over Bobcat Pass right now. You get to, if you can, even get to Springer, everything's closed from there. So you go back to Springer and I-25, and you going north, south, or east back towards Texas. So we're kind of here for a while, at least Saturday. And like I said, thanks again to Lifts West and everybody out here. What a great place to be. So if you've ever been stranded anywhere, if you've ever been travel-related stuck, give us the places. And one thing I ain't going to do is try to drive down, even when it clears up to Albuquerque. I've been stuck there before. I don't have anything to do with I-40 when they got bad weather and bad snow. Keith, YouTube good. YouTube good. YouTube good. I'm a simple caveman. YouTube good. All right, glad YouTube is good. So those are the topics. You guys fire away. We'll hang in as long as the conversation is good and you guys got something to contribute. Places you've been stranded. Tech versus Colorado. Can Colorado potentially be a fun rival for Texas Tech? Can they? You tell me. You played Colorado a lot at different times over the years. Outside the Big 12, you played them several times in the 70s when they were going through a really difficult time trying to figure out what their school colors were. Baby blue, yellow. It was the Mork and Mindy era. It was dangerous, for how you would look in Boulder, Colorado. You played them in the 60s. One of the only wins in 1962, I believe, was against Colorado. And I think that's the game that Dave Parks had a 99-yard interception to seal the deal against the Buffaloes. So could this possibly be a rivalry? Colorado, they hate Texans. They hate people from West Texas going up there and spending their good money. That's why you come to Red River, New Mexico. You stay at Lifts West. I think we might have something. From just over my shoulder, it's all a hot mess, referring to all the travel around the state of New Mexico right now. At least I hope that's what we're referring to. Michael, I was in Savannah, Georgia earlier this year in a hurricane. And I assume you didn't go there for the hurricane. How long were you there? Our accommodations are great. They're wonderful. How did things go for you? I've been stuck in a lot of airports doing play-by-play over the decades and couldn't get home. And you sit there. Spent a night at DFW one time just riding the tram or the train, I guess, endlessly for hours. Oh, it was brutal. We were coming back from Missouri. It was awful. and then couldn't get out of DFW the next morning. Had to cab it over to Love Field and finally got back to Lubbock at about noon. Fantastic. Oh, thank you. People bringing me cards. This is a hell of a bar. I can't beat that. And they're playing Rush. And it's legal because I'm not the one playing it. Jacob was about to say, great place to be snowed in. Beats Tampa during 9/11. Oh, wow. Okay, so I hadn't thought about that. You know, people that were stuck traveling on 9/11 and couldn't get home. That's obviously been a few years, but yeah. Colorado apparently hates American flag, nixed game day shirts due to U.S. flag. Okay, I saw that. Are they nice guys? Hold on. I mean, if they're nice guys, yeah, save the money. We could be here for a while. So you apparently hates the American. All right, so one of the Lubbock T-shirt companies apparently wanted to do some sort of salute to America T-shirt and have the American flag on it. CLC, Collegiate Licensing, if you use anybody's logo, the school has to give you permission. Now, I assume Tech probably signed off on it, no problem. But Colorado CLC licensing department, from what I can tell, said no, we don't want to be a part of it. Dumb move, but hey, that's what they do there. Get them to get you a Miller Lite. All right? Tell them to get you a Miller Lite. That's your favorite beer. Any weddings tonight at the Bull? Sadly, no. Sadly, no weddings tonight. There are no weddings. There are no dogs playing fetch with bottle caps. And the pool tournament was last night. And the pool tables sit righteously empty tonight here at Bull of the Woods. It's a pretty good crowd for steak night, and it is steak night here at Bull of the Woods every Thursday night. Not just a beautiful ribeye, gorgeous, beautiful ribeye, but chicken fried steak as well. So, and when you come into town, remember that during ski season. Make sure you're here on Thursday. Taco Tuesday, rock solid as well. Now we got people just chatting with each other. I don't even need to be here. I could just step away. There was almost an annulment. I hate it when that happens. Remember the red trash bag. The annulment was not here at Bull of the Woods. The annulment was over trivia. Some people just don't take trivia seriously enough. Overrated, underrated, rated right. Beers tonight. The beers you love, the beers you hate, the beers you can't believe are popular, the beers you can't believe are unpopular, all that sort of stuff on a Thursday. Could Tech and Colorado be rivals? How do you feel about the matchup? I hate this for our Twitter people. I know we got a lot of people on Twitter. I'm going to blame it on the snow, blame it on the Wi-Fi and everything else. And hopefully when we get back to Lubbock this weekend, we get ready for – our goal is to do a Raiderland Rewind whenever we get back, talking about Texas Tech and Colorado. So you can jump in, get your thoughts. Thanks to United Supermarkets, the Raiderland chat line available for you. And this is a reminder, again, if you go back and watch this, Twitter people, on one of, at theraiderland.com, subscribe to all of our channels. Never miss anything. We got like 7,200, 7,300 people on Twitter. All of you guys need to be on YouTube and on our Facebook channel. That way you don't miss it. You don't miss anything. Have you all made the Debtor Market run? Oh, yeah, every day. God bless them. They remodeled and revamped the store a few years ago. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's exactly where you want to be. Also, for our YouTube people, again, help drive the metrics. Everybody watching on YouTube, if you could give us thumbs up or whatever, apparently that helps the algorithm. And, hey, it don't cost nothing. We don't charge for anything. So that would be really cool. I don't even know why I'm here. The conversation just going on back and forth. Glad I could help. Glad I could help. Go back to Jacob's comment about being in Tampa. How long were you in Tampa Bay on 9/11? And if we do have anybody else in the audience tonight that got stranded or stuck somewhere on 9/11, we'd love to hear from you. So we are at Bull of the Woods tonight. probably for a few more minutes. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Being here in Red River with the snow, it's sort of like being in a Hallmark movie. You know, it's like being in a Hallmark movie. You got the snow and the mountains and everything, and I think we're going to debut this here in the next few weeks. Hallmark movie Christmas plots. I've already got a plot line. I'm really good at this, by the way. I should be a screenwriter for Hallmark Christmas movies. I've got one that I will share at some point. You know, I will not tonight, maybe, but it's a great plot line for a Hallmark Christmas movie. The challenge would be how to cast it. Whether you use the one actress who's got red hair, the two actresses who have blonde hair, the three actresses who have black hair. You know, I've got the whole thing lined out. Tessa Hyatt can tell you that it's a great plot line. Overrated, underrated, rated right. Which one is this? Robert's great at throwing stuff out, and then I never know what he means. Modelo's Chelada. Is that overrated or underrated? Negro Modelo is underrated in my opinion, which is amazing because it's now one of the #1 selling beers in the world. And it still may be underrated for enchiladas. Down at yesterday's diner here, the breakfast enchiladas, you can get a mimosa with your breakfast there, by the way. Shout out yesterday's in Red River. If they had Negro Modelo, I would have been having one at 8:15 in the morning with those breakfast enchiladas. Jacob's View from YouTube. Over-under on TDs allowed by Tech in Colorado. Old style beer is underrated. Chicago Old Style is underrated. Amen to multiple platform usage and growing show. 3 days working, so not a huge deal. Yeah, I know. It happens, but that's why everybody needs to be there. All right, over-under on TDs allowed by Tech Colorado. I think for this game to be a Tech game, I want it lower scoring. I want this game played more closely to a 28, maybe 30 max Tech points, 24, 27. Field goal game. Field goal game. I think the number's right. It could go either way on that, in my opinion. I want it lower scoring because I want Taj Brooks to be highly involved. And if Taj Brooks is not highly involved and this is a shootout, then I don't feel good for Texas Tech. Because if it's a shootout, that means that the defense is not getting pressure, not containing, and the secondary is falling apart. You're not going to win that game. You are going to win a game, though, that Taj Brooks runs for 145 yards. You can control clock, and you grind them down, and you win it in the fourth quarter. That's the game you win. Tim is on YouTube. Stuck in Cloudcroft for a couple of days. Finally made it through ice to 20 miles from home before Dad slid off the road. Flipping family van. Recommend just hunkering down. Yes, and that's exactly why we're still here. 100%. Younger me might have tried, not anymore. Why leave? Why would I want to leave Red River? Why would I want to leave Bull of the Woods? Why would I want to leave Lifts West? We can pretty much do everything. If they would move the Tech game here, I'm good. Tasty. Robert Delgado. By the way, shout out everybody. I don't know how this works on comments. Can y'all give thumbs up to comments or commenters on YouTube? Because if you can, or even on here, give one to Robert. He's one of the longest contributors here in Raiderland, going back to the Williams and Hyatt show. A loyal listener also to Steve and Jack Dale on Sportsline on KKAM. Robert's been around almost as long as we have. So anytime I see Robert jumping in, I feel like, F. Scott's producing the show, and we got Robert on line 4. Give him thumbs up. Nicely done, Robert. Modelo Chelada rated superb. Yeah, give him some Raiderland love here tonight. One of the other great things about Bull of the Woods, the music they play is fantastic. It's what I guess we call classic rock now. So doesn't get much better than that. Tech Colorado, can this be a rivalry? One of the things that will hurt rivalries in the Big 12 will be the fact that you're not always going to play everybody. And you kind of like it this year if you're Tech because you're missing some of the better teams in the Big 12, or at least so you thought you're missing some of the better teams. I don't know anymore. This league is so compressed and it's so even that you can sub out one team and say, well, we didn't have to play them, but yeah, you had to play so-and-so. But by not being able to play everybody every year, and that was one of the big things going into the new Big 12, where you're going to have permanent, always, we're going to play this team forever and ever, amen. And at the end of the day, as we say, it may not matter. But I think there's something there maybe for Tech. Who else is Colorado going to hate? The people they hated in the old Big Eight are gone in Nebraska and Oklahoma. Colorado never hated anybody in the Pac-12 because they had no relationship. They had nothing there. That was one of the problems for Colorado. They existed on an island in the Pac-12, even though they got a ton of students from the West Coast, but all of their history was back to the Big Eight and the Big 12. And a lot of their recruiting, by the way, was in the state of Texas, and that suffered. But that's an old history lesson that doesn't really matter. So here they sit. What are they going to do? Too mellow in Colorado to hate anyone, and more mellow today than they've ever been. And there is something to that, maybe, that the fan base for Colorado football, for Colorado Buffalo football, I think you've got something there that, yeah, they bought tickets. Passionate? I don't know. I don't know that you could call it passionate. Mr. Delgado, line 4 guy. Yeah. Pride of the Panhandle, Borger, Texas, if I remember correctly. I really want to give the name of the movie that I've created for the Hallmark Channel, but I can't do it tonight on the show. I got to do it when all the Twitter people are watching. Nobody hates them, so they won't return the hate. They're irrelevant. Well, we could try to hate them. I think there's enough hate in America that we could hate Colorado football. It's a rowdy crowd tonight. It's steak night. Everybody's happy. The pool tournament was last night. Was it last night? Yeah, the pool tournament was last night. Tonight everybody's just, enjoying steaks and just happy to be alive. CU fan base is always stoned. Jeff, once Deion leaves, it wouldn't be a rivalry anyway for both sides. Okay, and then we talked about that earlier, and I don't know, Jeff, if you got in. I said, is the whole thing just Deion driven? That the sellout of the Colorado game earlier this year, that wasn't because you thought Colorado was going to be a great team. It's because you thought Deion was going to be there, and obviously. When Deion leaves, what happens to Colorado? Barnett left. What happened to Colorado? McCartney left. What happened to Colorado? Well, Barnett came in, so that's kind of good. Yeah, late getting it. Well, it's okay. We got like 2 more minutes. So, running of the bulls from Northern Exposure. We could do that. We could do that tonight or tomorrow night. There's still a tremendous amount of snow expected around here until mid-afternoon tomorrow, which is why it's very possible that I'll be driving home during the Texas Tech Colorado game. Fret not, though. We got it recorded, and we'll be able to watch it as soon as we get home. In some form or fashion, we will have Raiderland Rewind, brought to you by the fine folks at Thacker Jewelry. So one way or the other. Yeah, running of the bulls, Northern Exposure. This could happen. Know that my wife will let me participate, though. Dan Hawkins was a character. Yes, he was. And then you had blonde-haired Rick Neuheisel, who Lady Raiders were playing at a Christmas tournament in Hawaii, and they were playing in the Aloha Bowl, Colorado. We're staying at the same Hilton Hawaiian Village. And if I'm lying, I'm dying. I sat next to Rick Neuheisel in a, wait for it, lei making class there at the Hilton Hawaiian Village, put on by the Aloha Bowl and the tournament that we were playing in, basically the Aloha Bowl Christmas Rainbow Wahine Classic. And so they had and who doesn't go to the lei making class? Yes, me and Rick Neuheisel. We bonded over Jimmy Buffett and guitar playing. And he did have his guitar with him on the trip. It was really cool. He had a great Martin guitar. It was really neat. So, yeah, there, Rick Neuheisel. Indeed, rest in peace, Ben Herbstreit. Good boy, good dog. Go run forever, Ben. Hated to see that today. Do they have Waffle Houses in Hawaii? No. No, they do not have a Waffle House. Well, I don't think so. But the best waffle coffee place is the Wailana Cafe down the street from the Hilton Hawaiian Village. I assume it's still there, the Wailana Cafe. Check it out. And they had macadamia nut pancakes. Rock solid. And the interior was straight out of 1966. Lance King is pretty busy for the weather they're having. Yes, it is. I'm impressed how many people are out and about, but I shouldn't be. I mean, this is normal for around here. Okay, well, it's not normal like in 24 hours to get this amount of snow, but, you know, it's not like they're not used to getting out in the snow. That's the end of the show, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back in the morning. TheRaiderland.com. You know what we do on Friday. You tell us the most Texan thing you've done this week. Most Texan thing we've done. See you, Hans. Mayor's heading out. Be safe walking home. Most Texan thing you've done this week. We want to hear from you. Predictions for Texas Tech and Colorado. Predictions maybe tomorrow on when we get home. We'll be right back here tomorrow night doing the show. You know, I need a haircut so bad. I'm supposed to be back today. Get a haircut tomorrow. Ain't going to happen. So you can do predictions on when we get home and all that. Well, we're glad to be having a great time here in Red River. Want to thank again Lifts West Hotel and Condominium. They are the best. They're wonderful people. Calhoun Real Estate. If you want to move up here and enjoy snow like this, and you should, by all means, you need to call Linda Calhoun. Get out here and check it out, all right? And then, of course, Jeff Fagan, Fagan's Guided Flight Service, is the man you need to call when you're ready to go fishing. All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. Appreciate the kind words. Thank you, Jacob, for being out there. Thanks to all the audience for being out there. And we'll be with you in the morning. The Raiderland.